I've got a little video here to recap what happened today. So this has been kind of a quick day because I've got a lot else going on. In fact, I'm on my way to a banquet for a scouting event, and so I've got to drive about an hour and a half down there. So I wanted to go ahead and record this video, but every day I'm going to be making progress on this building. So what I did today was went to Best Buy and picked up some computer monitors that I'd ordered, and our new workstations that I'm building. We kind of wanted to start over with some clean technology, and so I was able to get a good deal over the holidays on some new monitors that will fit on our workstation. So I've got those, picked those up. I got 5 of those, so we'll have all new stuff, which will be nice. I want everything to be uniform and exactly alike so that it works together. So that's one thing that will happen coming up soon, is I'll have a guy come and run the internet, and I'll also create 5 identical laptops that will all have the same software on them, the same drivers. They'll all talk to each other. So that'll be all set up too. I did film a video inside the new building for my Patreon group. Those of you who are resellers, this would not be for you, I'm just telling you. But I do have a little loyal audience of scouting memorabilia collectors who follow me and are in my Patreon. So I did kind of give them the privilege, I guess, of having the first tour, if you will. So I kind of made like a 50-minute long video for those guys to kind of show them the behind the scenes of what happened, and gave them a lot more of the story, some of which I will include in this series as I go along and along. But here we go. This is me. No, I'm not True Life Fellowship Church, but getting back to the story of how I found this. So True Life Church has been in this location for over a decade. I think maybe 13 years is what I found somewhere. And so the problem, or the complication in buying this unit, was that they had a lease that expired at the end of 2025. And so when I saw this building, I believe it was in August, it was one of those deals where, okay, the building's for sale, but there's a tenant in the building that has a lease until the end of the year. And so to me, it was like a complicating factor that may have sort of scared off some people. In fact, I learned later, once I identified this building and brought it to my realtor, he claims, and I'll give him the credit here because he was really good, Tucker. Thank you very much, buddy, if you ever watched this video. He said that he had seen this building before, but thought that the lease was going to be sort of a disqualifying thing. And so he never presented it to me as an option. But at this point, I, again, had kissed a lot of frogs. And when I saw this opportunity, I said, well, okay, let's think about this. By that point, I had already gone month to month with my current landlord. And so originally my lease expired in August. And that was, obviously I was trying to get out by August. But, credit to my landlord, when I explained the situation that I was trying to buy a building and it's taking longer than I thought, he allowed me to just go month to month, and that's what I did in my current building. And so then I kind of had that pressure taken off my back that I had to get out so quickly. So for me, I looked at the opportunity to buy this building, realizing that the church was in there. That wasn't a problem for me, except in the purchase contract, I included, and I went through my lawyer to make sure this was worded correctly, that if the church did not vacate, then we were not going to close, and I would get all of my earnest money back. So it was a little bit of a weird deal, because normally in commercial, you have to put up earnest money. That's like saying, okay, we're going to go down this road, and if I back out after the certain point, after the due diligence, then I forfeit all that money. So in our dealings, I knew that I was asking them to wait 120 days from the time they accepted my offer until we closed. And so in order to show them that I was serious and that I was all in, I wasn't gonna flake out on them, I gave them $20,000 in earnest money. Well, I say I gave it to them. $20,000 I wrote a check to my lawyer, who was the closing attorney, and he was holding that earnest money. And so their job, the current owners, and their job was to get the church out, because they had the relationship with the church. The church actually, true story, had the opportunity to buy this building over the summer when the owners decided to sell. and they turned it down. They didn't want to stay here. I guess they wanted to move to bigger things or whatever. They had other plans. So, they understood that they made the call, and that the result of that decision was they were going to have to leave this building. So mentally, I think they were prepared for that. I was just not willing to gamble $20,000 that this church would move out on time. But to their credit, they did. I even subscribed to their YouTube channel and watched some of their services, and got a little flavor of what they were doing. And it's a very charismatic church, really nice, apparently nice guy. Never met him, obviously, the pastor. So what happened is they have now moved, and they are sharing space with another church a couple of miles away in that direction. And so they still are able to worship. So in fact, I watched a YouTube video that said it was like the last Sunday of December. Instead of having church service, they had a packing service, and they just packed up everything and left out. So anyways, all right, guys, so let's go inside and see this building. Then when I came back over here, I was working on getting that video uploaded, creating the video, and then also trying to get some orders sent out, offers, that kind of stuff, sort of the normal stuff for reselling. So not a whole lot of activity, but still trying to line things up for Monday. That's going to be a big day. And then also tomorrow, I have to go over to the warehouse and line off everything as far as where the aisles are going to be for the listed inventory, because when the electricians show up on Monday, and that'll be in probably day 5, if I get this right, you'll see the electricians are going to be demoing the existing old fluorescent lighting in the building, and then they're going to be putting up some new LED lights. And I need to make sure that when they install those, that they line them up exactly where they need to be in the warehouse. So you can kind of see behind me that when you have lighting in a warehouse space, you need to kind of line it up where the panels are right in the middle of the aisle, so it lights up all of the shelving. In this current warehouse that I'm moving out of course, we built our shelving based on our needs and where we could fit it. It didn't always match the lighting, so we kind of had some dark spots, and I had to rig up some other lighting to kind of make it work. So in the new building, I want to have all of that squared away. So again, a little shorter video today, but want to just keep us going on this journey.